Hello, this one's a clip from the Last Minute Wrestling podcast. Make sure to listen to the full episode on the link below in the description and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Thank you so much, guys.
But yeah, and then so Ben had like choreographed this fight, right?
Yes.
And obviously the narrative of the story is that I get the shit kicked out of me, but then in the end I win. Because that's what the song is about. You know, it's about pulling yourself back up, and
that's
blah, blah, blah.
called so, the babyface comeback.
The babyface comeback. There you go. Yeah. So I did a babyface comeback. But it was like, so Ben had all these moves, and then like him and Punk together were like coming up with suggestions, and some of it was cool, some of it was terrifyingly scary. Like, because Phil, he's not as tall as me. I'm really tall, but like he's built like a fucking side of a building. Do you know what I mean? Like he's a fucking huge dude. He's a really nice guy, but like, again, he's a serious athlete, you know? So there were a couple of moves that were really horrid. Like one of them, there was a bit when I was lying on the ground and he was doing a thing called grinding, like on my face.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't actually grinding on my face.
Yeah, it was like,
sort of
with the forearm. Yes.
So he was doing it. Yeah, so it didn't physically hurt, but it was really like psychologically intimidating.
Yeah, mentally it was tough.
Yeah, and like because he's kind of going I was like, oh my god, and I'm in my little shorts and everything, just looking like an asshole, and and like. I think like in the run up to it, like I did do a few weights to try and get a bit of kind of bulk, and it didn't work at all. I looked like a skinny idiot, and but anyway, so we did that one, and then the other one that was hilarious and terrifying is that we'd done a whole bunch of set pieces, and then Phil said to Ben, he said, "Why don't we do the running knee strike to the face?" And Ben said, "Oh yeah, that sounds great." And I said,
"Sounds safe, right?"
Yeah, I was like, that sounds awful. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then basically, so I had to stand on one of the corner posts.
Yeah.
And Phil was diagonally across from me. And what he did is he stood me there and he said, "Stay 100% still." He said, "If you move while I do this, you will get hurt. Okay? And if you don't, you'll be fine." I was like, okay. So I'm standing there and he ran across the thing and then jumped and put one foot on one of the ropes here. And then with his other leg, he kind of like hit my chest with the outside of his thigh, but in a way that looked like he'd hit my face with his knee. But just that thing of him running towards me, I had no idea what he was going to do. And he was like, and it was like, fuck. It was so scary. And then he did it once, and then it was like, now we'll do it again. And now you have to sell it. You have to do the, thing. And so we got that one done. And then the last part of it that was very funny was, so obviously at the end, I have to take him down, right? Yes. I have to do a winning move. And it's like, what fucking winning move am I going to do to anyone and to CM Punk in particular? So then it was like, so they talked about it for a bit and we decided to do a spear, right? Which is like a rugby.
Yeah, like a tackle.
You just kind of grab somebody. Yeah, you grab somebody around the waist and you slam them to the ground. Yeah. And so we kind of explained how to do it, and then we sort of like walked it through, and then it was like, right, go for it. And I did it, and nothing happened, basically. and Phil and Ben were both like, you have to go much harder than this. And I was like, okay. And then did it again. And Phil said to me, he said, "It is impossible for you to hurt me." He was like, "You cannot possibly." He was like, "You're holding back because you're worried about hurting me." He was like, "It is impossible for you to hurt me. You've got to fucking go for it." And in the end, we got one that was kind of okay. Like, it wasn't brilliant because I don't have that in me physically to like attack someone like that. It's just not a thing I would ever do. But it is the kind of last shot of fighting in the video is me kind of going, "Rah!" And I managed to get him on the floor. But like, he was being great. He was very generous, and like sort of helping me look like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what I was doing.